Hello again, passionate Turkish series stars family. It feels incredible to meet you here once more, in this sanctuary where we put ego and noise aside to talk about what truly matters in the lives of the stars we follow so closely. Today, destiny points us toward a chapter that has stirred every newsroom and set in Istanbul, not because of a messy scandal, but because of a revelation about love that is so grounded, so grown up, that it forces us to rethink everything we thought we knew about one of Turkey's most talked about couples, Gökberk Yildirim and Cemre Arda. What I'm about to share isn't a rumor tossed around for clicks, it's a quiet heartbeat heard through the roar of fame. And at the center of it all? A private dinner, a whispered plea, and a promise that could change everything. Before we lift the velvet curtain on that secret evening, let me thank you for being the heartbeat of Turkish series stars. If you believe in this kind of soulful entertainment journalism, make sure you subscribe, tap that like button, and turn on notifications. And a heartfelt message to our dedicated supporters: if you want to help us grow and keep these deep dives coming, consider pressing the join button. By becoming a member of Turkish series stars, you're not just supporting us, you're shaping the stories we can tell. Now take a breath. We're going in. Istanbul doesn't sleep, and neither do the whispers carried across the Bosphorus. For the past week, corridors at production houses and chic magazine offices have hummed with a single phrase: a shocking proposal. Headlines tried to spin it like a rupture, a last straw, a demand. But truth remembers its own shape. That dinner? Hidden away in a quiet corner of the city, far from flashing lenses, was not a showdown. It was a moment of bravery, a line drawn not against each other, but against the machine that often swallows love whole. Picture it, two of the most recognizable faces in the country, arriving at a place so discreet the waiters barely look up. The table is set, the food cooling while they reconnect after days of schedules that refused to align. The silence wasn't icy. It was the silence of two people who know each other's breathing and still want to listen. And then, when the moment felt soft enough to hold, Gökberk finally spoke. Not with theater, not with accusation, but with that unguarded honesty that has always been his quiet power. His voice, steady yet vulnerable, carried just one request: more time. "I love you, and I need us to have a little more space for each other," he confessed, the kind of line that tabloids love to twist, but which in truth comes from a place beyond ego. Those words weren't an ultimatum. They were a lifeline tossed back toward home. Between constant flights, back-to-back series commitments, brand campaigns, and the unspoken pressure of always smiling for the camera, something delicate had begun to fray. Gökberk wasn't trying to clip Cemre's wings. Anyone who knows him knows he admires her drive. He was trying to shelter their nest from the cold wind that sneaks in through the cracks of success. "Let's ease the pace and protect what's ours," he urged, reflecting a realization that steals up quietly on anyone who's ever loved while racing against time. Now, Turkish series stars family, I want to hear from you. Have work and everyday stress ever stolen the light from your relationships? Do you see what Gökberk did as a retreat or an act of courage? Share your thoughts in the comments. And remember, responses to our members, those of you who joined through the join button, are always prioritized. Your voice isn't just welcomed here, it's essential. How did Cemre respond? Those close to her say it was the kind of reaction that starts softly and ends with eyes shining. She didn't feel blamed. She felt seen. A warm smile, a hand seeking his across the table, and the words he needed to hear: "You're right. Being with you makes me better. I let work pull me too far sometimes." In that moment, the supposed crisis evaporated, revealing something stronger than gossip, a partnership that refuses to be rushed to an edge it didn't choose. Cemre didn't accept the idea out of guilt. She welcomed it, as if someone had opened a window in a crowded room and let in fresh air. And so, the narrative changes. Instead of a breakup brewing, we witness a promise. Instead of fear, a plan. People who love them tell us that lately, Gökberk has been worried about the toll the industry takes, the lack of sleep, the relentless pressure, the way even good news can feel like another demand. His plea was never stop. It was, let's take care of you, of me, of us. He sees this not as a step backward, but as a brave reset button. A commitment to balance that could be the very secret to staying in love while living under a spotlight that never dims. Online, the reaction has been immediate and loud, in the best way. Fans who know the rhythm of their story have flooded timelines with support, calling Gökberk's stance protective in the healthiest sense. Because who can deny it? Cemre is soaring in her craft, roles, campaigns, appearances, ideas, but even the strongest wings need a safe landing. He isn't asking her to fly less. He's promising to keep the air warm when she returns. Before we move forward, a small reminder, here at Turkish Series Stars, we work tirelessly to bring you the nuances behind the headlines. If this resonates, hit subscribe, and if you want to help us do more, consider joining the channel as a member with that join button. You'll get perks and our lasting gratitude. But this isn't just about a tender conversation over unopened wine. Whispered reports suggest the words are already turning into action. The first step? A brief escape. Nothing extravagant, nothing performative, just meaningful. Sources hint that Gökberk is planning a quiet retreat to Bodrum, a stretch of blue where the clock loosens its grip. We'll rest and just be, he allegedly told Cemre, hoping to recharge without noise, without schedules, without posts to prove it happened. Cemre, thrilled by the idea, has been coordinating with her team to shift shooting days so they can disappear for a heartbeat that lasts long enough to matter. Yet he knows a trip is a spark, not a hearth. Which is why the second step is even more important, a routine built around the sacred ordinary. A friend close to them shared that Gökberk has wanted to voice this for a while, a standing ritual, non-negotiable, carved into the week like a promise. Not grand gestures, not luxury. The everyday magic that keeps people close. Walks with no destination. Cooking together while a playlist hums in the kitchen. Phones left in another room, where they can't interrupt a story or a laugh. Time just to talk, to look up and see each other fully, to remember what it feels like when the world stops asking for a piece of you. A digital and emotional detox that might do more for their love than any red carpet ever could. Cemre's reaction to this plan, according to those who know her best, was gratitude that you could hear in her voice. I'm lucky, she reportedly said, because at the core of their spark is friendship, easy, joyful, resilient. And now, dear family, tell me something personal. Do you think rituals like these can save a relationship? In a world that insists we always be connected, is the bravest thing we can do to put the phone away? What are your own rituals for keeping the flame alive? Share your secrets below, and suggest the next Turkish couple you'd like us to explore. Turkish Series Stars is your home. As the reasons for Gökberk's tenderness around this subject come into focus, a larger picture emerges. Those close to him say he's been thinking in bigger arcs lately. Not just this season, not just this role. He's imagining years as chapters, a life that stretches beyond the rush of a set call. And in that imagined future, Cemre isn't a guest, she's the anchor. He's told friends that the adrenaline of now is amazing, but it pales next to the thought of building something long-lasting with her. Naturally, that idea set off 1,000 questions in the press. Is marriage on his mind? There's no formal announcement, no neatly worded statement. But when people watch them now, even the skeptics start nodding. Because the quiet speaks louder than any headline. Since that night, insiders say, he's been more present in the little things. Checking in, protecting her rest, celebrating her wins in ways that don't make a scene but mean everything. From the dinner to the Bodrum plans to those phone-free nights, what's becoming obvious is that romance to them isn't a performance. It's daily respect. It's a rhythm that says, we choose this, again and again. And so we arrive here, at the end of today's journey. A rumor tried to grow teeth, but the truth brushed it aside. What looked like drama was actually devotion. Gökberk and Cemre reminded us of something simple and hard. Real love asks for effort, patience, and time. Sometimes, to move forward, you pause. You meet each other's eyes. You breathe together. We'll be right here at Turkish series stars, following every step of that Bodrum escape and the rituals they build in its wake. If this touched you, give it a like, subscribe so you don't miss the next chapter, and consider supporting us by hitting the join button. Your help keeps this kind of storytelling alive. Thank you for being here, for listening, and for feeling this with us. Until next time, family, more truth, more heart, always.